activity. No, so I'm going to ask. No, I'm going to call one group to present their answers. No, to the activity. No, I just have concerns regarding some of the groups. No, the instruction regarding the instruction. No, hindi ba masyado malinaw yung instruction regarding sa pag-attach ng full text article. No? So your task is actually to retrieve the full text article of the yun, the full text article. Kaya lang one of the group I think just gave me a link dun sa mga anong tawag ito, articles. So and yung isa namang group naglagay nga ng link para dun sa Google Drive kung nasa naka-upload yung article, but then naka-attach naman is only the abstract of the article. So what we want is actually the full text article. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those group regarding following instructions. So but anyway, so let's discuss each the answers to each items dun sa activity natin. So can I call on group number 3? Can you share your slides? Can you answer the case scenario for therapy? Okay, can you group number 3?
Wait lang po, Doc. Mag-share screen po kami.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Doc. Diretso na po bang mag-a-answer?
Read the title, the key scenario first, and then you give your answers.
Okay. So article on therapy. So Boying is a 50-year-old male with hypertension admitted in the ICU of a private hospital because of severe COVID-19. He is dyspneic with respiratory rate of 35 breaths per minute, oxygen saturation of 90% on room air, and chest x-ray finding of bilateral pneumonia. This is his 8th day of illness, and he is currently on intravenous fluids, oxygen face mask at 10 LPM, and intravenous antibiotics. The intensivist who is handling Boying is thinking of giving him dexamethasone and wanted to discuss this to Boying and his family. The physician looked into the patient important outcomes of prevention of mortality in 28 days and prevention of mechanical ventilation. So for the focus clinical question, we arrive at among patients with severe COVID-19 infection, how effective is dexamethasone in preventing use of mechanical ventilation and mortality in 28 days. For the PECOM, so we wrote here for population, patients with severe COVID-19 infection. For exposure, see dexamethasone. For comparator, we have none. For outcome, mortality in 28 days. Then for the method, we use, here is randomized clinical trial. So here po yung ranking. So first po is C exposure, then population, then outcome, then C method. Then here is yung search strategy in PubMed. So here is our way kung paano po mag-search. And ito po yung article na na-derive po namin. So, the effect of dexamethasone on days alive and ventilator-free in patients with moderate or severe acute respiratory distress syndrome and COVID-19. So, the Codex randomized clinical trial. So, ito po yung buong journal article. Then, wait lang po. Then, for the appraise for directness, so for yung population, so patients with severe COVID-19 infection, so here po, 41 care units, ICUs in Brazil, so patient with COVID and moderate to severe ARDS according to the Berlin definition. Yan, were enrolled from April 17 to June 23, 2022. So patients who were enrolled who were at least 18 years old and had confirmed or suspected COVID-19 infection and were receiving mechanical ventilation within 48 hours po of meeting criteria for moderate to severe ARDS po, with partial pressure of arterial oxygen to fraction of inspired oxygen ratio of 200 or less. For the exposure po, so si dexamethasone po, 20 milligrams of dexamethasone intravenously daily for 5 days, 10 milligrams of dexamethasone daily for 5 days or until ICU discharge. Then we also include here yung so in patients with COVID-19 and moderate of severe ARDS, use of intravenous dexamethasone plus yung standard care compared with the standard care alone result in statistically significant increase in the number of ventilator-free days over 28 days. So for comparator, wala po kami nilagay specific. And for yung outcome, mortality in 28 days. So the primary outcome was ventilator-free days during the first 28 days. Then yung secondary outcomes were all-cause mortality at 28 days. So clinical status patients at day 15 using yung 6-point ordinary scale, plus ICU free days during the first 28 days, mechanical ventilation during at 28 days, and yung sequential organ failure assessment or SOFA scores, indicating yung greater yun at 48 hours, 72 hours, and 7 days po.
Okay, sige. So when we appraise for directness, diba, we have a question that you need to answer, no? So does the study provide a direct enough answer, no, to your clinical question in terms of the type of patients, exposure, or intervention, and outcome? What do you think?
I think, Doc, it provides everything naman po.
Okay. So in terms of population, is there any issue regarding the population dun sa iyong is it the same ba yung population dun sa iyong clinical question in the population that was included, no, in the study? Sabi dito, no, the patients who were included are actually patients with moderate to severe, no, acute respiratory distress syndrome, no? Ayan. So the disease severity kasi, no, is different for severe COVID-19 infection, no. So the severity of the disease, no, dun sa COVID-19, and also the severity of acute respiratory distress syndrome, no, might be different, no. Okay. So hindi porket sinabi na mayroon siyang moderate to severe ARDS dito is equivalent, no, to the moderate to severe COVID-19 infection, no. So that's two different things kasi. Okay? Ayan. So it entails actually, no, an expertise, no, for us to say, no, that this two things are the same, no. I'm not a pulmonologist, no. I'm not really that familiar, no, in terms of how to stratify patients with acute respiratory distress syndrome, no. But you need to ask yourself, no, is the moderate to severe acute respiratory distress syndrome is the same as, no, the severe, no, COVID-19. Okay? Yun siya. Before you decide, no, if the population or the patients, your patient, no, is the same as the population, no, nung ating article. Okay? So, dun papasok naman no yung ating tinatawag na clinical expertise no. So, if you do not know the answer no regarding this one no, might as well read no. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng moderate to this severe ARDS no? And what does a severe COVID-19 infection is no? Okay. Okay? Nakuha ba?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. So, yun. Next is yung exposure naman, no? So, sa exposure, no, okay tayo dito, no? So, minention mo dito yung exposure, no? And also, no, dito naman sa article, no, minention mo yung mga exposures, no? Dun sa article, no? Which is yung dexamethasone, no? And then, yung isa naman is standard care alone, no? So, that's the comparator, no, in the article, no? Mayroong comparator, no? But dun sa iyong clinical question, no, you did not include any comparator, no? Ideally, no, when you ask question on therapy, no, there should be comparative studies, no. It should be kaya nga ang best study design natin dito is actually a randomized controlled trial, no. In a randomized controlled trial, no, we compare, no, two groups, no, or three groups, no, or four groups depending on the objectives, no. So, ayun, so we always compare, no, two interventions, no. Ayan. Ayan. So, but then, no, some questions on therapy also, no, meron lang silang single cohort o single arm lang siya, no. Pwede din naman, no. Pero nasa ilalim siya ng pyramid, no. Hindi siya yung nasa taas ng pyramid natin, no. If you're going to recall yung ating evidence pyramid, no, ang pinaka best study design actually, no, are systematic reviews, no, and then afterwards, no, systematic reviews of randomized controlled trials, no? And then the susunod mo is yung single studies na, which is yung randomized controlled trial mo, no? So another suggestion also, no, based on the search strategy that you did, no, as much as possible, sabi nga natin, no, we want you to demonstrate, no, yung fundamental principles of evidence-based medicine. And one of the principle of evidence-based medicine, no, it uses a hierarchy of evidence, no. So based on that hierarchy, no, if you ask questions on therapy, no, better, no, that you look for, no, systematic review first, no, before you go down, no, dun sa pyramid natin, no. So yung susunod kasi is a randomized controlled trial. Okay? Okay? Clear ba yun?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Yun. Okay, for the outcome naman, no, mortality in 28 days, no, yung mechanical ventilation, wala, no? Dito. Okay, so mukhang naman no, nandito yung mortality in 28 days, no, and then yung ventilator-free day mo, no, o kaya naman yung prevention ng mechanical ventilation, no. So yun din yung mga hindi ka malalagay sa ventilator, no. So dito kasi positive outcome yung sinabi ng ventilator-free day, no, instead of the patient being hooked to a ventilator. Okay. 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 So remember ha, dun sa mga outcomes natin, no, usually no, dalawa yan. It's either a good outcome, no, yung ino-observe dun sa trial, or a ano tawag dito, good outcome, no. In this case, no, meron tayong good outcome, meron tayong bad outcome. The bad outcome na ino-observe nila is actually yung all-cause mortality mo, no. And then the good outcome is actually yung ventilator-free day, no. So ilan yung mga pasyente, no, na ventilator free, no, until no 28 days. Okay? Ayan. Okay. Malinaw? Okay. Let's proceed na dun sa, may questions ba regarding this one? Clear?
Clear po, Doc.
Okay. So let's proceed to the second clinical case scenario. So for the second clinical case scenario, may I call on group 1 to share their answers? their answer no to question clinical case scenario for diagnosis.
Ay po, Doc.
Will share my screen na po, Doc. Okay, Doc. For the article po for diagnosis, our focus clinical question would be, among COVID-19 suspects, how accurate is rapid antigen test in diagnosing COVID-19? For our population, we note that COVID-19 suspects, our population, and for exposure, rapid antigen tests, we don't have any comparator, and outcome would be COVID-19. And the method that we select would be a systematic review. So the title of the article that we got is Diagnostic Accuracy of Rapid Antigen Test Kits for Detecting SARS-CoV-2, a Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis of 17,171 Suspected COVID-19 Patients. Doc, pati yung abstract po ba? Or
Hindi na. Pakita mo lang.
so, here's the abstract of our journal article that we got.
Mm.
So for the appraise of for directness for the populations of COVID-19 suspect, so according to the article, the sensitivity of your rapid antigen test kits for symptomatic and asymptomatic patients was 78.5% and 54.5% respectively, indicating that RAT kits can identify both kinds of patients. For the exposure, rapid antigen tests is largely recommended for the early detection of patients suspected for having a COVID-19. And for the outcome, for the COVID-19, so it can be diagnosed with rapid antigen tests.
Okay. Siguro you have already noticed no yung comment ko regarding this one. No? When we ask question on diagnosis, no, ganun pa rin, no, we always have a comparator. For us to determine no yung test accuracy ng ating index test, no, we compare it no to the accuracy of your index your reference standard no or your gold standard no. So yung comparator natin usually no are yung gold standard or what we call a reference standard or a criterion standard no. So doon natin kino-compare yung ating index test no. So dapat meron ito, dapat comparator So dito, if you're going to look at this one, no, when we appraise for directness, again, no, you need to answer that question. Does the study provide direct enough answer no, to your clinical question in terms of type of patients, exposure, and also outcome, no? So, ayan. So, pareho ba yung patient natin dito sa na-include sa study? No? If you're going to notice, no, meron tayong symptomatic and asymptomatic patients. Hello?
Doc, can you repeat the question?
Sabi natin, no, does the study provide direct enough answer no, to your clinical question in terms of type of patients, exposure, and outcome? No? So ano ba yung population o ano yung type of patients no na in-include dun sa article no or what was included no in the systematic review?
So according din sa article, both patients na symptomatic and asymptomatic yung sinama nila sa study.
Okay. So is it the same as your patient?
Doon po yata, Doc, sa case na binigay is parang yung patient is suspected pa lang.
If we say suspected COVID-19 patients, no, what do we mean about suspected COVID-19 patient? No?
Symptomatic patient.
Okay. So they have symptoms and they also have yung meron tayong mga clinical characteristic, no, and also yung epidemiologic characteristic, no. It's a combination of two, no. Kailangan siyang may mga symptoms, no, that ng isang patient, no, na may COVID-19, no, and also meron dapat siyang mga epidemiologic characteristic, no. Dapat meron siyang exposure, no, to a patient, no, na meron COVID-19, no. That's one, no, epidemiologic characteristic, no. And then number two, no, kung nakatira, no, yung pasyente dun sa area, no, where there is high transmission of COVID-19, no. So dapat mag-fulfill niya yan before we say, no, that the patient is suspected with COVID-19, no. So dito kasi, no, sinabi dito, no, they included symptomatic and asymptomatic patients, no. Ayan. So will there be a problem?
Yeah, I think yes would.
Okay. Why did you say yes?
Kasi doon kung pagbabasehan doon sa case na binigay, parang hindi siya congruent dun sa article na nakita namin, na kasi nag-focus siya on the different kind of patient na symptomatic and asymptomatic, whereas yung binigay sa amin is symptomatic. Kaya I think magkakaroon ng.
Okay. So pag nag-pull sila ng sensitivities and specificities, no, and they included, no, both symptomatic and asymptomatic, and gagamitin mo yung pooled sensitivity na yon, no, there will be a problem, no. But if they did a subgroup analysis, no, they separated yung mga studies, no, looking into symptomatic patients lang, no, and also, no, yun dun sa mga study, no, because this is systematic review, no, and studies, no, that included mga asymptomatic patients, no. So kung pwede, no, kung titingnan mo kasi ito, it's a subgroup analysis, no. There's a separate sensitivity, no, doon sa symptomatic mo, which is 78.5%, no. And dito naman, no, meron kang asymptomatic, which is 54.5%, no. So separated naman, no. So meron siyang subgroup analysis, no. So pwede pa rin gamitin, no. Even though kung ito lang i-consider mo, no, they included symptomatic and asymptomatic, no, pwedeng hindi, no. Dahil pag pinagsama mo, no, doon sa study, no, both symptomatic and asymptomatic, so sensitivity and specificity will be different, no. Ayan. Pero dito, no, it is separated, no, symptomatic and asymptomatic. So there's a subgroup analysis, no. So pwede siya, no. In terms of population, pwede, no. Okay? I hope that is clear, no. Kasi titingnan mo yung characteristic na in-include nila, no, yung mga inclusion criteria, no. In this case, it is a systematic review kasi, no. Ano yung mga included studies, no. So ano ba yung mga type of patients, no, na in-include nila, no. Ano yung mga type of patients, no, na kinonsider na na-include nila yung study na to dito sa systematic review. Okay? So dito pinagsama niya, no, both symptomatic at asymptomatic, no. Pero magkahiwalay, no, yung analysis, no, for symptomatic, no, and also asymptomatic. Okay, may subgroup analysis. Okay? Yeah. So for the exposure, wala tayong problema, no, rapid antigen test, no. And then the other one, no, rapid antigen test, no. And then syempre yung comparator, no, kailangan siyang ma-compare, no, to a gold standard, no. So ano ba yung mga gold standard na ginamit nila, no, dun sa mga included study, no. Yan. Okay. And then for the outcome, no, COVID-19 diagnosis, no, and also diagnosis ng COVID-19, no. So dito sa outcome, no, you can mention yung COVID-19, no, but yung bibigyan na lang din sa iyo ng mga test statistic, no, particularly in sensitivity, specificity, no, predictive values, and also yung likelihood ratio. Pwede mo lagay doon actually, no, dun sa outcome, no. Ayan. Okay. Some literature will tell you that one, no? Pwede mo ilagay dun sa kanyang outcome, no? Yung test sensitivity, no? Test specificity, predictive value, o kaya naman yung likelihood ratios. Okay? Okay. Is that clear? So in articles on diagnosis, no, dapat parati tayo may comparator, no. The comparator should be, no, the gold standard or the reference standard or the criterion standard test. Okay. Okay. Are there any question?
None po, Doc.
Wala naman. Okay. So let's proceed na dun sa susunod, no? Articles on prognosis or clinical case scenario for prognosis. Can I call on Group 3 again to share your answer? Group 3?
Wait lang po, Doc. Mag-share screen lang po ulit. Okay, so for the article on prognosis, Boeing is diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer and it already metastasized to the bones. The patient has a high serum procalcitonin level, and the patient asks his doctor how long will he live without the chemotherapy. For the focus clinical question, our focus clinical question is among patients with non-small cell lung cancer that metastasize to the bones, how long will they survive without chemotherapy? So for the population, our keyword is the patients with non-small cell lung cancer. And for the exposure, our keywords is metastasized to the bones. And for the outcome, it's we don't have comparator for this, and the outcome is survive without chemotherapy. For the method, we use a cohort. We use the keyword cohort study. This was our strategy in search strategy in PubMed. And for the article that was attached, can you scroll down for me, please? Okay, so the title of the article that we found is the prediction of overall survival of non-small cell lung cancer with bone metastasis, an analysis on the surveillance, epidemiology, and end result database. So this is the article. Should we read the article pa po ba to? Or doon na po sa... Okay, scroll down. Thank you. Okay, so for the population, so the question was, the keyword that was used was patient with non-small cell cancer. So on the article, it was said that there's a total of 48,914. That's the NCLC or non-small cell lung cancer cases were enrolled in this research. For the exposure that was used that was metastasized to the bones, it was also in the article that there is 484 non-small cell lung cancer patients with bone metastases were included in this research. And for the outcome of our question, is how long will survive without chemotherapy. So in the article, it was said that there was no specific time frame that was mentioned in the on the article. However, on the article, it was said there is a table that was seen that there is this application for the chemotherapy that without chemotherapy, it's a significant predictive value that the predictive um there's a predictive value that in predicting that there is for the patients with non-small cell carcinoma, it is very important. The absence of this decreases the likelihood to survive without chemotherapy.
Okay, so okay. So for this case, no, so the population in your clinical case are actually patients with non-small cell lung cancer, no. So okay, so all of the patient has non-small cell lung cancer, no, and then your exposure are actually the bone metastasis already, no. Ayan. So but the clinical case scenario, no, also include mentioned about one test, no, that was done, no, and we want to know, no, if that test, no, is ano tawag dito, predictive, no, of the survival, no, of patients, no, with non-small cell lung cancer, no. So ayan, so siguro you can also mention other you can mention, no, other prognostic factors, no, that is actually mentioned in the clinical case scenario, no, kasi yun. So the first possible prognostic factor is actually the bone metastasis, no, and the second one is the level of your procalcitonin, no. So the level of your procalcitonin, if you're going to read, no, yung susunod natin na module, which is articles on diagnosis, no, there are several reasons, no, why we request for diagnostic tests, no. So first, no, reason why we request for a diagnostic test, no, because we want to establish if the patient has the disease or does not have the disease, no. Yun yung ating articles on diagnosis, no. The second one, no, we want to know, no, diagnostic test results also, no, is also used, no, to predict, no, the prognosis of our patient, no. The third one, no, it is also used, no, in terms of planning, no, an intervention to a patient, no. Like for example, if you want to do, no, a surgical procedure to this patient, no, this pancreatic cancer patient, no. So ano ba yung gagawin nating surgery dito sa pasyente na to, no? So we usually request for a CT scan of the abdomen, no, for us to say, no, what type of surgery that this patient will undergo, no. So pwede kasi yon, no. So next is we want to monitor, no, the response to treatment, no. For example, no, when we have a diabetic patient, no, and we started medications to this patient, no, to lower down yung kanilang sugar levels, no, we request for a repeat hemoglobin A1C, no, perhaps, no, to check, no, kung kamusta ba yung response, no, ng patient sa treatment, no. So diagnostic test results, no, can also be used, no, to predict, no, outcomes, no. Okay. Ayan. And then yung outcome natin na gusto nating i-determine is actually survival, no. As much as possible, no, when we talk about prognosis, no, we want to write, no, yung tinatawag ng mga time horizon, no. Ano ba yung ilang years, no? 5-year survival ba gusto mong i-determine? 10-year survival, no? 20 years, no? 30 years, etc., no? 50-day mortality, 30-day mortality ba yan, no? Mortality in 5 years, mortality in 10 years, etc., no? So yun yung mga commonly rates, no, that's the most common rates, no, na ginagamit natin for to describe yung prognosis, no. So number 1, no, yung 5-year survival, no, 10-year survival, no. Pwede din actually gamitin yung mga case fatality, no, as rate, no, na pwede natin para describe natin yung prognosis, no. Disease specific mortality, no, can also be used, no. Response, no, to an intervention, no, and then a remission, no, and then recurrence, no. And also, no, in terms of prognosis kasi, no, meron tayong tinatawag na natural course of the disease, no. When we talk about natural course of the disease, no, usually these patients, no, haven't received yet any intervention, no, from doctors, no. So wala pa silang tinitake ng mga intervention, no, that can actually improve their prognosis, no. Meron naman tayong tinatawag na clinical course of the disease, no. If we talk about clinical course of the disease, no, ito na yung mga patients, no, that are already receiving, no, interventions, okay? So kaya meron tayong tinatawag na response, no, to treatment, no, response rate, no, to determine yung prognosis ng pasyente, okay? And then meron tayong sinasabi din ng remission and also yung recurrence, okay? So those are possible rates, no, that are all commonly used, no, to describe prognosis, okay? Malinaw?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay. So for directness, no, will the study provide enough answer to your clinical question or your question? Yes, no? Sige. Let's proceed to the next case scenario, which is articles on harm. Okay. Can I call on group 2?
Wait lang po, share screen lang po. Okay, yung case, Boying is a 30-year-old male engaging with unprotected sex with male, came to the clinic due to penal discharge and was diagnosed with gonococcal urethritis. The physician plans to do screening for HIV, but Boying refused. He was asking what his risk of having HIV, what should I get tested? So for the focus clinical question, so what is the risk of acquiring HIV? Which is the outcome among males with gonococcal urethritis, which is the population, having unprotected sex, which is the exposure. So here po yung sa strategy namin for searching this PubMed. So for the population, we have the males with gonococcal urethritis, then exposure as the unprotected sex. So no comparator po ang ginamit na nagamit. And then outcome is HIV risk and using cohort po. So yan. And then, yan po yung article na nakuha namin. So, titled po siya na High HIV-1 Incidence, Correlates of HIV-1 Acquisition, and High Viral Loads Following Seroconversion Among MSM. So, male sex with males. So, pa-scroll down pa po. For the place for directness, so the population, so according to the article, so since 2005, HIV-1 uninfected men who reported sex with men and women or sex with men exclusively were followed at scheduled visits for collection of behavioral and clinical examination data and plasma for HIV-1 testing. Urethral or rectal secretions were collected from symptomatic men to screen for gonorrhea. So parang kukuha niya pa rin po yung population dun sa case natin. Then for the exposure, unprotected sex, receptive anal intercourse, exclusive sex with men, group sex, and gonorrhea in the past 6 months were strongly associated with HIV-1 acquisition, adjusted for confounders. And then for the outcome for HIV risk, overall HIV-1 incidence in 449 men was 8.6 or 95% confidence interval for 100 persons years. Incidence was 5.8 for 100 person years among MSMW. So pa-scroll down. And 32.4 I-35.2 per 100 persons years among MSME.
Mhm. Okay. So, alam mo, I'm very happy with the article that you actually were able to retrieve, no? You're the only group actually that was able to retrieve this kind of article, no? And then I'm very happy regarding what you were able to search, no, the article. It really can answer this question, no? If you're going to read this article, no. So for this case kasi, no, our population are males, no, with gonococcal urethritis, no. When we talk about harm kasi, no, usually, no, these are different possible exposures, no. Marami kasi several exposure kasi ang meron dito sa clinical case scenario natin, no, that can actually predispose, no, a patient, no, to have HIV, no. Particularly, no, the patient, no, being diagnosed with gonococcal urethritis, no, comparing this one, no, to those patients, no, who does not have any gonococcal urethritis, no. And then the other possible exposure, no, is the practice or the behavior of the patient, no. Males having sex with male, no, is another harm exposure, no. So comparing it, no, to those who does not practice MSM, no. And then also, no, another possible exposure is actually the possible risk, no, is actually the non-use or hindi siya unprotected yung sex, no. So you are going to compare this one naman, no, dun sa people, no, or patients, no, who are actually practicing safe sex. Okay. So yun, no. And then combining, no, these several factors, no, mga several risk factors, no, you will be able to get, no, how likely, no, this patient, no, will have COVID-19, no, based on this, the combination of these different risk factors. Okay? So yung gusto nating outcome doon is yung HIV, no. Comparing, no, articles on prognosis and articles on harm, no. When we talk about harm or risk factors, no, usually this the population are actually healthy people, no. And then you are going to observe them, no. Ang ating outcome of interest actually na gusto nating malaman are actually disease, no. In this case, di ba, if you're going to notice, no, what we want is actually HIV, no. Comparing naman doon sa prognosis, no. Sa prognosis, yung population natin are already patients, no, with the disease, no. They are diagnosed with the disease already, no. And then we are looking for, no, possible complications, no. Like for example, mortality, no. Ayun, ano tawag ito, mortality, survival, no. Not only complications. When we talk about ano, no, adverse outcome or complications kasi it's a bad outcome, no. Pwede kasi mortality, no, case for fatality rate, etc., no. Recurrence, no, is actually can be observed, no, kung tumor recurrence or cancer recurrence, no. And then pag good na may outcome, no, pwede kasing survival, no, remission, no, etc. Okay. So yun yung difference, no. When we talk about a risk, no, these are actually healthy people. The exposure nila are different possible risk factors, no. Ayan. And then gusto nating i-observe na outcome are actually the disease. Okay. And then when we talk about prognosis, these are people already, no, who has the disease, no, and we look for possible complications, no, ng sakit. Okay. Okay, so this is the difference between a prognosis and a risk. Okay, or harm. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay, let's go now, no, to the last article, no, which is article yung clinical practice guidelines natin, no. Medyo mahirap, no, itong part na to kasi walang example, no. So anyway, can I call on again, no, kinukuha ko yung pinakamataas yung grade, no, B3, no, to share your answer.
So, okay, good afternoon po, Doc. So this is the article on clinical practice guidelines. So this is the case. Boying is a 30-year-old who has cough for 2 weeks, weight loss, and night sweats, diagnosed with presumptive TB. Came back with result of his DSSM, which turns out to be negative. So the physician was thinking of doing chest X-ray before starting the treatment. So this is the formulated focus clinical question. Among patients with presumptive TB with negative DSSM, how chest X-ray can help in determining the proper treatment. Thank you.
Okay. So before you proceed, no. So I only have one problem regarding your focus clinical question, no. So among patients with presumptive TB, no, so good, no, with negative DSSM, no, so that's the population, no, and then the exposure is chest X-ray, no, and then the outcome of interest is actually, no, the decision regarding starting, no, treatment, no, not determining the proper treatment, ha. So the decision is, am I going to start treatment to this patient or not? Okay, based on the chest X-ray result. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So for the population, so patients with presumptive TB, tapos nang siya as one, as the first, and the exposure is the chest X-ray as the second. And wala tayong ginamit na pang-compare. And for the outcome, binago nga ni Doc na dapat kung kailan ka magsa-start ng proper treatment, tama po ba, Doc? And
pwede naman confirm TB kasi when you confirm TB, no, to this patient, no, you're going to start treatment. Okay.
So the method was used yung observational studies.
Okay, so before you proceed, no, so again, no, yung focus clinical question, no, if you will recall, no, meron tayong basic question, which is yung 4 basic question, no, which are questions on therapy, questions on harm, questions on prognosis, no, questions on treatment, no. Ayun. So katapos meron naman tayong mga complex questions, no. In this case, no, since CPG yung gusto natin hanapin, no, this is actually a complex question, no. So the question is actually can be a combination of to answer this question, it can be a combination of different basic type of questions, no. You will be able to appreciate this one later on, no, when you answer, no, articles on diagnosis, okay? Yeah. Yun. Sige, and then the method, no, na dapat na hinanap ninyo is actually a clinical practice guidelines, okay? Okay? Ayan. Yan. I can understand na hindi perfect yung question ninyo, no, kasi wala ding example kasi na binigay, no, and it's really hard, no, to compose, no, questions, no, ng clinical practice guidelines. Okay? Yan. Sige.
Okay po, paki-scroll down. Yan yung nahanap naming article po, Doc. Early chest X-ray in persons with presumptive tuberculosis increases gene expert. Another test po to pang-diagnose ng TB, pang-confirm. So, okay. So for the population, presumptive TB patients recruited in Bandung during 2014 to 2017 were screened in using a structured questionnaire in 44 community health centers and outpatient clinics of both district hospital and a provincial referral hospital. Patients were included if they were above 18 years old and had at least 2 of the following symptoms: cough, productive cough, hemoptysis, fever, night sweats, weight loss, and loss of appetite, chest discomfort, and breathlessness. Sa exposure, Doc, wala kami nalagay na parang explanation dito. Table lang nalagay.
It's okay, no? So, ang problema ko lang dito sa ano, no, nawala yung nalagay niyo yung early chest x-ray, no, dito sa exposure. Kanina, ano ba yung exposure na nalagay niyo dun sa, sa search ninyo? Chest x-ray lang, right?
Wala po early.
Exposure. Chest x-ray lang, no? Tapos pagdating niyo dun sa appraising directness, no, nilagay niyo na early chest x-ray, no. So anyway, no, I'm just going to show you, clinical practice guidelines just to make you familiar, on clinical practice guidelines. Okay, I'm just going to look for it. Wait, ha.
Mamay parating. Biglas parang hindi mamay parating ka MCA. Ngayon, okay. Kahapon, nagdadagdaga ng panahon, tapos bigyan ng, ganun na po, sira na po yung earth. Ang bigyan maligin, kaya ang galing. Yung nagdadagdaga ng charger.
Okay, so this is an example of a clinical practice guidelines, no. So for in searching a clinical practice guidelines, no, yes, you can search sa PubMed, no. Meron search filter, no, sa na practice guidelines, no, o kaya guidelines, no. I think that's the filter, no, yung nakalagay doon sa article. These guidelines in PubMed, no. But kasi most of the clinical practice guidelines are actually published, no, dun sa mga website, no, ng specialty society who develop the clinical practice guidelines, no. Ayan. And also, as much as possible, no, when you look for clinical practice guidelines, no, it should be a local guidelines, no, because the recommendations, no, included, no, in the clinical practice guidelines, no, are actually based, no, on the local settings, no. Ayan. So it was tailored fit, no, para sa local settings, no. If they're going to recommend, no, the intervention or not, no, to our patient, no. So yun, if you want to look for, no, since this is a question on infectious diseases, no, you can look for these guidelines, no, doon sa website, no, ng Philippine Society of Infectious Diseases, o yung tinatawag na microbiology and infectious diseases, o yung PISMID, no, na tinatawag, no. So I went to PISMID, no, to look for these clinical practice guidelines. But this guidelines is actually an outdated guidelines already. It's 2016 guidelines, no. They haven't updated this yet, no, as of the moment, no. But there's an MOP, no, or manual of operation of our TB dots, no, directly observed treatment, no. So if you're going to read that MOP, no, the diagnostic test, no, that is recommended, no, to request for patients who are presumptive tuberculosis, no, is not the DSSM already, no, or direct sputum smear microscopy. They change it to GeneXpert, no. Ayun. So yun siya, no. So baka kasi magtaka kayo, no, bakit DSSM pa rin itong nandito sa clinical case scenario natin, no. But hindi GeneXpert. But then, no, ang ating kasing GeneXpert test, no, are not actually available in all of the places dito sa Pilipinas, no. Wala pa rin access o hindi available, no, yung GeneXpert, no. And some of those provinces, no, still uses, no, yung DSSM mo, indirect sputum smear microscopy, no, to determine if the patient has tuberculosis or not, no. Ayun. So in those places, no, you can actually apply this clinical case scenario. Okay? Just to be clear, ha, baka kasi magulo kayo, but dun sa clinical case scenario na binigay ni Dr. Santa Maria, it still uses the SSM, no? But the updated guidelines or the MOP or Manual of Operations, no, recommends, no, us, no, to request GeneXpert, no, as a diagnostic tool of choice, no, to determine if the patient has tuberculosis or not. Okay. But anyway, after discussing that one, no, let's look into these guidelines. Okay. Okay. So a clinical practice guideline will answer several clinical case at what we call CQs, no, or clinical questions, no, or sometimes no, it is in the form of a statement, no. Yun. Pero in this case, no, statement siya and CQs, no. So if you're going to browse through this clinical practice guidelines, no. Nakikita niyo ba?
Yes po.
Okay. So ito, no, if you're going to notice, no, ito yung mga several questions or issues, no, this clinical practice guideline tries to answer or address, no. So number 1, no, identifying presumptive tuberculosis, no. Number 2, test for bacteriologic confirmation of PTB, no. Role of direct sputum smear microscopy, no, and then sputum collection for DSSM, etc. No. Ayan. And then if we're going to browse through, no, this, so mayroong question dito, no, or issue, no, additional workup, no, for smear negative patient, no. So if you're going to recall, our population are patients with smear negative result, diba? In smear negative DSSM, no. And then let's look at the recommendation, no. So yan, for smear negative TB, no, chest X-ray, no, is recommended, no. Okay. And then dapat TB symptomatic siya, no. Yan. So, mukhang pwedeng sagutin, no, ng article na ito ng ating clinical question. No? So, we can use these guidelines, no, to answer your clinical question. Okay? And meron pa nga dito, role of chest X-ray and TB diagnosis. No? Ayan. Ayan, no? May statement dito, smear negative TB symptomatic patients should have chest X-ray. No? So, that's another recommendation. No? Ng clinical practice guidelines na ito. Okay? Kaya 2006 yung na CPG, 2016 tayo. Ayan. Okay. And so nakasulat dito, chest X-ray can be done in parallel or sequential, not to DSSM. No? Yeah. Yeah. So you can use actually these guidelines. No? Yeah. So that's appraising directness, no, in terms of a question on clinical practice guideline. So you just need to look at your clinical question and look at, no, the different clinical questions or CQs, no, that the clinical practice guideline tries to answer. Okay. So that's how you use, no, clinical practice guidelines. No? If the clinical practice guidelines will not be able to answer your clinical question, might as well look for, no, different CPG, no, perhaps published internationally, no, from WHO. Baka meron published clinical practice guidelines that was developed by WHO that will able to answer, no, your clinical question. Okay. Pag hindi mo makita, no, maghanap ka ng mga single study, no, maghanap ka ng systematic review and also yung mga single study to answer your question, no, which what you did, no. Ayan. Okay? Yan. So hindi kayo nakakita ng clinical practice guideline, no. That is the reason why, no, you look for ano tawag dito, you look for single study to answer your question. Kaya yung methodology observational study. But I hope, no, you followed yung ating ano tawag dito, yung evidence pyramid pa rin, no. 'Di ba meron tayong evidence of information, on top of the pyramid are actually systems, no. And then down the line are actually your clinical practice guidelines, no, or yung summaries, no. And then you have your ano tawag dito, synopsis, no, and then yung mga systematic review and then yung mga single studies ninyo. So yun siya. So you can actually, if you're not able to look for a clinical practice guidelines to answer your question, no, go down that ladder, no? Look for systematic review, look for ano tawag dito, a single study. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we finish early, no? Mga 5:11, no? So we are going to proceed, no, dun sa activity number 2. Okay. Sige, let's see your answers for activity number 2. Can I call on B6, no, to share your answers to activity number 2? Group 6. Group 6.
Doc, wait lang po.
Okay po.
Hindi sa pwedeng prolong sitting or prolong kasi tumitigas pa no. So kung kailangan namin siya, kailangan namin ikapak. Ang hirap ang bilis. Kahit i-hear mo siya, ang hirap pa siya. Kaya naman kailangan yung hardware dati na magkalat lagi. Hindi ko makinuha eh. Hindi ko ako kung binagay nito. Hindi ko siya binasa. Binasa ko po yun. Ako pa man.
Can you start?
Kasi nawala ka na ano.
Good afternoon po, Doc. So for the number one question is, does the study provide a direct enough answer to your clinical question in terms of type of patient, exposure, intervention, and outcome? We answered it yes, because it is according to this article that early treatment with molnupiravir reduce the risk of hospitalization or death in at-risk and unvaccinated adults with COVID-19. The next is appraising the validity, which is 30%. Pababa ko na. So, were patient randomly assigned to the treatment group? We answered yes, because it is stated under methodology that the patient or the participants was conducted under a phase 3 with double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial to evaluate the efficacy and safety of treatment with molnupiravir. So it was also stated in methodology that the participants on the trial were randomly assigned to either have the medication or to receive a placebo.
Okay, Joy, before you proceed, no, let's go first muna dun sa first step natin, no, in appraising articles on therapy, no. So, sige, can you state first, no, your clinical question?
So our clinical question po is, among non-hospitalized patients with COVID-19, how effective is molnupiravir
Molnupiravir.
as an oral treatment in preventing severe COVID-19 and
okay. Sige, so okay, no? So meron tayong population dito. Yung population nyo are actually non-hospitalized patient with COVID-19, no? And then the patient, the intervention or the exposure is molnupiravir, no? And then the outcome of interest, no, is the prevention, no, ng severe COVID-19, no, and death, no? Sinabi niya dito. Okay, so let's go back. Go down. Doon tayo sa appraising directness. No? Does the study provide enough answer, no, to your clinical question in terms of type of patients, no? Exposure, no, and outcome, no? So dito sa explanation nyo dito, yes, no? So can you identify the population that they were included in the trial? Doon sa statement na linagay nyo dito?
May population po of over wait lang po. Over 1,637 participants po yung inassessed na may hospitalized COVID patient. Pero po, parang ang naging pinaka-participant lang po is around 716 for the given medication and 717 naman po for receiving the placebo.
Okay. Para malaman mo, no, kung the same ba yung population mo, tingnan mo yung eligibility criteria, no? So what's the eligibility criteria, no? Tells you, no, who are the patients that were included in the trial. So nasa method section yun, di ba? Trial design and randomization, no? So go to the portion of the article, no, na nandun yung methods, no, and then yung trial design and method and randomization. So who are the patients, no, that were included, no, in the trial? No? Ayan. So it's in paragraph number 2, no, of that portion. Can you read that one, please?
Doc, sorry po, napuputol po kasi yung connection ko. Ano po yung tanong?
Sige, again, no, so when we talk about appraising directness, no, you are going to look into, no, the population or your patient, no. So ano ba yung characteristic ng pasyente ko, no? Your patient is actually non-hospitalized patient with COVID-19, no. Next, you're going to look into, no, yung mga patients naman, no, that were included in the trial, no. So para malaman mo, no, kung pareho ba sila, no. So based on the inclusion criteria, no, or eligibility criteria of the trial, no, who were included dun sa trial? Rebecca? Sino ba yung nagsasalita? Rebecca, no?
Di tayang po, Doc.
Si Tayang pala, si Jenny, si Joy. Ayan, Joy. Can you go to the article again, no, and look into, no, yung methods, no, and then under trial design and randomization, and then read the first sentence, no, dun sa second paragraph, no.
Doc, ako na lang po magbabasa.
Yes, please, Rex. Are you part of the group?
Yes po, Doc.
Okay.
Non-hospitalized adults with mild or moderate COVID-19 were eligible. Mild or moderate illness was determined on the basis of definitions adopted from Food and Drug Administration and World Health Organization guidance.
Okay. So thank you, Rex, no. So the same ba yung mga patients, no, that were included in the trial dun din sa characteristic ng iyong pasyente dun sa iyong clinical question?
Doc, same po na
same naman.
Non-hospitalized po yung patient po.
Sige, good, no? So, yon. So next, no, pupunta naman tayo dun sa exposure, no? So ano yung exposure, no, or yung treatment, no, na binigay dun sa mga pasyente? Sabi natin, dalawang grupo parati in a randomized controlled trial, di ba? Meron tayong treatment arm, no, tsaka meron tayong control arm, no. Yung treatment arm, no, yun yung drug, no, or intervention, no, that we're trying to look at yung kanyang effectiveness, no. And then we compare it, no, yung sa control, no. The control can be an active intervention or a passive intervention, no. Yung mga passive intervention natin are actually yung mga placebo mo, no. Ayan. And then yung mga active natin na intervention, no, are proven, no, interventions, no, to improve, no, yung prognosis ng mga pasyente. Okay? Yeah. So ano yung intervention sa question niyo? It's molnupiravir, no? Is it the same, no, as the intervention dun sa ating clinical trial?
Yes po, Doc. Same din po.
Okay, same, no? Naka-mention dito, no? Ayan. So again, now you're going to go, no, dun sa third paragraph, no, again do sa trial design and randomization, no. So eligible participants, no, were randomly assigned, no, etc., no. And then what was the intervention kung saan sila na-assign, no? Ano sabi doon? Can you read, no, the first sentence, no, ng third paragraph? Can you read? Sino pa yung ano? Ayan, si Rex ulit. Can you read yung ating first paragraph no ng ating third paragraph pala no, yung first sentence ng ating third paragraph no. Under methodology, no, trial design and randomization.
Doc, eligible participants were randomly assigned in a 1:1 ratio through the use of centralized interactive response technology system to receive either molnupiravir 800 mg delivered as 4 200 mg capsules or identical placebo administered orally twice daily for 5 days.
Okay, so what were the two intervention that was mentioned?
Doc, yung administration po ng molnupiravir and yung identical placebo.
Okay, so those are the two intervention no ng trial no. So the same ba yung intervention mo no dun sa yung clinical question no saka dun sa intervention dun sa clinical trial?
Yes po.
Yes, okay. Okay, now let's go look into no yung ating outcome. Okay? So sa outcome no, ano yung outcome na sinabi niyo dito, minention niyo regarding sa inyong clinical question? What's the outcome?
Doc, preventing severe COVID-19 and death.
And death, no. So now you are going to look into no your endpoints, no. What were the endpoints no that was observed no, ano yung ino-observe nila dun sa mga participant no dun sa trial. Ito yung mga different outcome na ino-observe nila no to occur no. Ayan, so meron tayo ditong portion no dun sa ating article no which is yung naka-mention doon is endpoints. Okay, so can you read the first paragraph, first sentence no ng endpoints?
Doc, the primary efficacy endpoint was the incidence of hospitalization for any cause defined as greater than or equal to 24 hours of acute care in a hospital or any similar facility, or death through day 29 in the modified intention to treat population, which consisted of all participants who had undergone randomization, had received at least one dose of molnupiravir or placebo, and were not hospitalized before the first dose.
Okay, so that's the first, or that's the primary endpoint no that the trial tried to observe no do sa mga participants. The second endpoint no, can you read the first sentence no ng second paragraph under endpoints?
Secondary efficacy endpoints were based on the WHO 11-point clinical progression scale and on patients reported COVID-19 signs and symptoms through day 29.
Okay.
Improvement.
Sige pa.
Improvement and progression of COVID-19 signs and symptoms were defined as any reduction and worsening, respectively, of baseline symptom severity.
Okay. Sige. So, do you think no yung mga inobserve dun sa trial no o dun sa article no is the same no dun sa mga sa outcome na gusto mong determine dun sa iyong pasyente? So, does it talk about preventing severe COVID-19? Does it says anything about death?
Yes po, Doc. Meron naman po na-mention.
Okay. So, meron naman ano? So, will you read this article? Will it answer your clinical question?
Yes po.
Yes. So, that's directness, no? So, what we did, no, is how you determine no, yung directness, no? So, most of the time, no, when I read your outputs, no, nag-jump kayo kaagad, no, sa other portions, no, ng ng article, no, when you cite, no, yung mga basis ninyo, that's the problem naman, no, pero makikita nyo kasi yung mga sagot, no, in appraising directness doon sa mismong methodology pa lang. Okay, yun. Some of you, no, mention sa agad, no, yung mga result of the study, no. Syempre doon mo naman kasi makikita yung mga different outcome, no, na dinidetermine sa trial, no. Pero better, no, if you're going to start, no, doon sa muna sa methodology, kasi doon sa methodology talaga naka-mention yung mga different things, no, that you want to information, no, that you want to know, no, when you appraise for directness. Okay? Yun. So, bago kayo mag-jump into the results portion, no, dun sa part na yon, no, dun pala sa method, dun yun na i-assess yung directness, okay? Just what we did, no, in this exercise. So, yun. So, let's now, sabi mo, answer mo, Rex, is you are going to read the article, no? So, shall we proceed to the appraising validity?
For the appraising validity po, were patients randomly assigned to treatment groups? Ang sagot po namin is yes. Basis po namin is under methodology. It is stated that conducted the phase 3 double-blind randomized placebo-controlled trial to evaluate the efficacy and safety of treatment with molnupiravir. Participants in the trial were randomly assigned to receive 800 mg of molnupiravir or placebo twice daily for 5 days.
Okay, good, no? Nakita natin dito yung word na randomized, no, and randomly assigned, no. So, okay, yun. Good.
For number 2, was allocation concealed? Answer po namin is yes. Basis is the participants were blinded on what treatment they will receive, and some were given molnupiravir while some received placebo.
Okay. Sige. I'm going to call someone, ha? Doon ka muna. Akit ka. Can I call on Marika Lopez? Yan.
Yes.
Can you give a comment regarding what they cited, no, dun sa to answer question number 2? Do you agree na this should be the answer to the to question number 2? Marika?
Doc, baka hindi po na conceal yung allocation po.
What's the reason for your answer, Marika?
Kasi po blinded yung design ng research po.
Okay. So, yung procedure na minention dito sa sinite nila is actually yung blinding, no? My question is allocation concealment the same as your blinding, no? What's the difference between allocation concealment and blinding?
Doc, sorry po, I'm not sure for the difference.
Sige. Can you call another person, no, from your group, no, from your class, no, to answer my question? Marika? Natatakot ka ba magtawag? Sige, ako na
Doc,
lang.
naiya po ako magtawag, sorry po.
Okay, sige. I'm just going to call someone else na lang, ha? Ayan. Coloma Bonifacio. Can you answer my question? What's the difference between allocation concealment and blinding?
Sorry, Doc, di po ako sure din eh.
So hindi rin sure. Okay. Sige. Who wants to answer my question? What's the difference between allocation concealment and blinding? Kasi hindi na ako magtatawag.
Try ko lang po. Yung
Yes,
blind
Charisse.
po ba yung procedure na ginawa nila? Tapos allocation is yung yung strategy kung paano nila kung paano nila ginawang secret sa mga charot.
Ano? Sige. Ano yan, Charisse? Ulit yung statement mo.
Yung allocation po is yung parang strategy kung paano nila blind yung mga tao.
Okay. So, allocation concealment kasi, ang difference lang yung no, allocation concealment tsaka yung blinding, no? Kung saan ginawa, saan nangyari, no? Yung procedure na yun. Almost the same kasi yung konsepto, no? Para din siyang blinding, no? Yung allocation concealment, no? Pero in terms of kailan siya nangyari, no? Is different, no? When you try to do allocation concealment, no? Di ba sa clinical trial, you have a set of patients, no? Or samples, no? That you actually recruited, no? And dun sa trial, no? And then, itong set of samples na to, you are going to randomize them, no, to two groups, no. Yung two arm natin is the treatment group and also the control group, no. So when you do that randomization, no, so pag ginugroup mo na sila, no, dun sa mga grupo nila, dapat hindi alam, no, nung person, no, who is doing the allocation, the person, no, who is assigning the patient to the two arms, no, kung saan niya dinalagay yung mga pasyente, no? That's allocation concealment, no? So the person, no, na nag-assign, no, ng mga participants, no, doon sa mga grupo, no? Yun. So yung dalawang grupo, no, dapat hindi niya alam kung saan sila ina-assign, no? Yun. Hindi niya alam kung saan niya ina-allocate. Okay? Okay? And then when we talk about blinding, no, so once the patients, no, are already allocated, no, dapat hindi alam, no, ng participants, ng mga caregivers, ng mga outcome assessors, no, kung ano yung tinatanggap ng mga participants na yon, no. Okay? Malinaw? So blinding nangyayari once the patients already, no, are allocated to the group to which they are assigned. Okay? Malinaw?
Yes, pa.
Malinaw. Okay. See. Okay. So, what are the different procedures, no, for us to say, no, that allocation was concealed, no? And what was done, no, dun sa ating clinical trial? Medyo mahirap, no, kasi dapat you are familiar on how, no, a clinical trial is being conducted, no, yung procedure, no, yung methods, no, in doing a clinical trial, no. So kaya yun, so you need to be familiar about it, no. So yeah. So what are the different procedures, no, for us to say that allocation is concealed? So ito bang statement na to is a statement, no, na nagsasabi sa atin that allocation is concealed? Let's talk about blinding, no? Yan. I agree, no, allocation was concealed, no, but the reason why, no, they na straight niyo dito, no, na allocation is concealed, no, is not for this question, no. This is for blinding, no, not allocation concealment. Ano sabi sa module? Ano sabi sa module? What are the different ways, no, for us to conceal allocation? You're not going to move until you answer my question.
Doc, yun po ba yung the patient must contact a remote center to obtain treatment assignment?
So the person, no, assigned to allocate patients to the two group, no, must contact, no, a remote facility, no, to say, no, kung ano yung kung saan grupo na ma-assign yung pasyente, no? So may third party, no. Yeah, so that's one procedure, no. So ano pa?
The use of opaque envelopes. So the clinician recruiting the patient must contact a remote. Oh, yun po yung sinabi ni Angelica.
Okay. What else?
The packages containing the medications are indistinguishable ba, Doc?
Okay. So, yan. So those are some of the methods, no, or the procedures that we can do, no, for us to allocate conceal allocation, no. So for this article, no, what was the method that procedure that was done, no, for us to say that allocation is concealed?
I think they used an interactive response technology system po.
Yes, okay. So that's one of the yun yung ginawa nila, no. So mayroon centralized interactive response technology system, no. Ayan. Na nagsasabi, no, kung saan ma-assign, no, yung mga participants, no. So that's one, no. Ano pa? Meron pang another one, no.
Doc, yung randomization po was stratified in blocks. Yun po ba?
That's actually for randomization, yung stratification, no? Pero ano pa yung procedure na ginawa, no, para masabing allocation is concealed?
Doc, yung interim analysis po.
Sige, ako nasasagot, ha. The use of identical placebo, no. When you say identical placebo, no, so yun yung statement na sinabi kanina, no, na dapat hindi indistinguishable, no, yung drug, no, na nare-receive ng mga pasyente, no. So in terms of yung color, no, in terms of the size, no, in terms of the taste, no, in terms of the smell, dapat indistinguishable yung dalawa, no. When we say identical, no, pareho silang dalawa, no. It is indistinguishable. Okay? So that is another way, no, to conceal allocation. Okay. Aside from that, no, when you have an identical placebo, no, pag indistinguishable yung ano mo, actually that continues, no, dun sa ating blinding, no. Ayan. So that is another way, no, to say that blinding was done, no. When you have indistinguishable, no, placebo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So aside from concealing allocation, no, it is also blinding yung ating mga participants, caregivers, no, and also outcome assessors. Okay? Malinaw ba? O nasagot na rin natin yung question number 3, no? Question number 4, 5, and 6, no? Dahil dun sa minention natin. Okay? Malinaw ba yung konsepto?
Apa, Doc.
Sige. So, doon na tayo sa question number 3.
For question number 3, were baseline characteristics similar at the start of the trial? Sagot po namin, Doc, is yes. Basis is, with the exception of sex, baseline demographic and clinical characteristics were generally similar in two groups at the time of both the interim analysis and the all randomized analysis. Ayun po. Inatouch po namin yung table 1 po na galing po sa article.
Sige, go up dun sa taas kanina. Parang incongruent yung answer niyo na yes, no, dun sa statement na sinabi niyo dun sa basis ninyo for saying it's yes, no? Kasi meron kang exception dun, di ba? So, is it yes or is it no? Was baseline characteristics similar at the start of the trial? Is it yes or is it no?
No po, Doc.
Yan, considering this statement, no, with the exception of sex, no. So bakit what's the reason why, no, kailangan natin i-ensure, no, that baseline characteristic are actually similar, no, between the two groups? O pareho sila? Ano? Kasi 'di ba in a clinical trial, no, we want to balance, no, possible mga prognostic factors, no, because this clinical characteristic, no, yung mga different characteristic mo can be confounders, no, and you know that confounders, no, will have an effect, no, 'di ba? Can you still remember the concept of confounders? Kasi if you're going to read pa further, no, yung supplemental material, no, na that was included there, it was mentioned, no, that males, no, tend to have a more severe severe disease, no, compared to female, no. If that is the case, no, and then hindi pareho, no, yung number of females and males dun sa dalawang grupo, no, what will happen to the result of your trial? It can be confounded, di ba? Dahil meron pang ibang pwedeng maka-apekto dun sa result mo, di ba? Hindi pareho yung prognostic factor, no, ng dalawang grupo. So you don't know now, no, yung bang na-compute mo na relative risk, no, relative risk reduction, no, is coming from, no, molnupiravir, no. Baka naman may epekto yung pagkakaiba ng sex ng dalawang grupo, no. So that's the reason why, no, we want to ensure, no, that baseline characteristic is similar between the two groups. Okay? Ayan. So did the trial did anything, no, to balance out this problem, no, in terms of sex? Yan, para ma-justify, no, yung answer ninyong yes. basing on the statement, no, with the exception of sex, no, baseline demographic characteristic and clinical characteristic was similar for the two groups, no. But yun nga, no, pwede based dito, no, your answer will be no, no, but we can actually correct that one, no. Yan. So meron tayong tinatawag ng mga statistical adjustments, no, that we do, no, to balance out this problem, no. And it was mentioned in the trial, no, the statistical adjustment was done, no. But the problem is with that statistical adjustment, it was a post hoc procedure, no. So pagkatapos na nila na determine, no, yung results, no, dun lang nila na realize, no, that they need to balance out this kasi meron imbalance between the two group, no. So yun. So that's another problem. That's data mining naman ang tinatawag, no. Ayan. When we do post hoc analysis. Okay? Yan. So sa paggawa niyo, no, paggawa niyo ng proposal, no, na randomized controlled trial, these things, no, should be nakita niyo na beforehand, no. And you should place dun sa methodology niyo, dun sa inyong protocol, no, that you're going to do this analysis, no, or adjustment, no, because you are expecting a possible imbalance between the two groups. Okay? Yun siya. Okay. Sige. Ayan. So my answer here is yes, no? Because there was a statistical adjustment that was done. Okay na yan. Acceptable na for me. Okay. But considering this statement, the answer is no. Okay? Malinaw na? Malinaw? Okay. Sige. Kasi sa exam, no, pwede ko kasi ibigay lang sa yung statement na yan, no. Hindi ko i-mention yung other procedure na ginawa dun sa trial, no. So you're going to base lang yung answer ninyo, no, dun sa statement na nakasulat. Okay? But if you're going to analyze further, no, yung trial o yung paano yung ginawa yung trial, no. Ayun. This the answer to this question is actually can be yes, no, because of that statement of statistical adjustment. Okay? Sige. Let's go down. So nasagot na natin to, no? So ang minention niyo dito, double blind, wala akong problem, no? Double blind, no? And then remain unaware, no, to the treatment assignments, no? Ayan. And also with the use of the identical placebo, no, it also can be, no, a basis for this answer. Okay? So yes, yes, yes. Seven.
For number 7, were all patients analyzing the groups to which they were originally randomized? Our answer, Doc, is yes. Basis po is the primary efficacy endpoint was the incidence of hospitalization for any cause defined as greater than or equal to 24 hours of acute care in a hospital or any similar facility, or death through day 29 in the modified intention to treat population, which consisted of all participants who had undergone randomization, had received at least one dose of molnupiravir or placebo, and were not hospitalized before the first dose. Every effort was made to ascertain survival and hospitalization status through day 29 for participants who discontinued participation early.
Okay. Actually, my answer dito, no, is no, no. Ang method na hinahanap natin dito is actually the procedure. Itong tinatawag na intention to treat analysis, no. So when you do intention to treat analysis, no, ang procedure, itong method na to, no, once you are randomized, no, you are always analyzed, no. So pag na-randomize ka, no, to receive yung ating control intervention, no, at the end of the trial, no, doon ka pa rin ma-analyze, no. Okay? Regardless, no, kung ano yung natanggap mong drug o kaya ano yung ininom mong drug, no, or if you were compliant, no, dun sa pag-inom mo ng drug, no? So may include ka pa rin sa analysis in the end. Okay? That's intention to treat analysis. No? Once randomized, always analyze. Okay? So once you are randomized to receive the control intervention, no, you will be analyzed, no, to that group. No? Compared to a protocol analysis, no, usually, no, pag per protocol analysis, no, kung ano yung na-receive mong intervention, no, doon ka ma-analyze, no. Kunwari, no, sometimes kasi meron contamination na tinatawag, no. Even though nalagay ka dun sa to receive yung control intervention, you can actually manage, no, na inumin, no, yung natatanggap ng mga drug, no, na nandoon sa treatment arm. Okay? So pag ganon, no, when you receive o yung ininom mo is yung nasa treatment intervention, you will be analyzed, no, kung ano yung drug na natanggap mo o yung iniinom mo. Okay? Medyo mahirap yung konsepto, no? Basta tandaan nyo lang, intention to treat analysis, no, once you are randomized, you are always analyzed. Okay? Ayan yan. Kaya dito minention kasi it's a modified intention to treat analysis, no. Etong procedure nila na modified intention to treat analysis, no, what they did, no, is they did, no, post randomization exclusion, no. So they excluded, no, participants, no, who did not fulfill itong naka-underline nito, no. Yan. So, had received at least one dose, no? Pag hindi ka naka-receive na at least one dose, no, you are excluded. Okay? And then, kung ikay naman na hospitalized, no, before the first dose, no, you are excluded, no, dun sa analysis. Okay? So, the problem is, dito naman, no, di ba we tried to balance out nga, di ba yung two groups in terms of the different characteristics, di ba? So once you actually exclude people, no, from those group, no, that balance na you are trying to achieve, no, when you did randomization, when you did allocation concealment, determining if the baseline characteristic is equal, no, dun sa dalawang grupo, no, magkakaroon ng problema, no. So magkakaroon ng problema ngayon dun sa mga different prognostic factors mo, di ba? So, pwede kasing confounded na yung result ng study. Okay? Yun. Ang tinatawag natin is attrition. Okay. So, hindi na siya na attrition bias. No? Hindi na, ayan. Okay? Malinaw? Ayan. So, yung answer dito can be no, no? Ayan. Pero tingnan natin, no, kung meron bang epekto, no, yung exclude natin ng mga participants. So let's look into dun sa susunod na question. Was follow-up rate adequate?
Basis po naman, there were only 30 who discontinued under the molnupiravir treatment and 29 who discontinued under the placebo. Out of 716 in molnupiravir and out of 717 on placebo. So, given this number po, as we computed to get the percentage, it is at least less than 5% of the yung nabawas. And based po sa nabasa namin, if it is only less than 5%, it is considered as or will not affect po yung result or hindi rin po magiging biased.
Okay. So dito kasi hinahanap natin dropout, no. Sometimes kasi yung mga patients na nag-discontinue ng trial, they still manage to determine what is the outcome, no, na nangyari doon sa mga pasyente, no, at the end of the trial, no. Ang kino-consider natin doon sa ating dropout, no, are those participants, no, that we cannot determine, no, their outcome. Okay? So it was mentioned, no, in the text, no, or doon sa narrative ng ating article, no, that only one, no, single participant, no, single participant in the modified intention to treat population, including participants who discontinued the trial, no? This single participant, no, in the placebo group, no, whose hospitalization status, no, at day 29 was also unknown, no. Ayan. So hindi nila alam dito sa isang single participant na to, no, what was the outcome. No? So that is the person who is considered as a dropout, no, which is nasa placebo group. Okay. So that's only one. Okay. Malinaw ba? Ayan. So can you show, no, yung Excel file, no, ni Dr. Rian Dilar, no, para malaman natin if follow-up rate is adequate, no. So we can, that procedure is actually what you call sensitivity analysis, no. Assuming, no, yung worst case scenario at best case scenario. Okay? Yeah, let's determine, no, or gamitin natin yung sensitivity analysis, no, if for us to say, no, follow-up rate was adequate. Can you share your Excel file, please? Can you share? Ako na lang. Ayan. Andrea, hanapin ko ba siya?
Doc, nahanap ko na po. Wait lang po.
Okay. Yeah. So dito yung N natin, no, ano nga sabi natin dito sa N? Ilalagay natin sa N are the number of participants who were allocated to receive the experimental intervention. So how many were allocated to receive the experimental intervention?
716.
716. How about the control intervention? $717.
Opo.
Okay. And then number of dropouts. Sabi nga natin, 'di ba, isa lang dun sa placebo group yung considered natin as dropout. So wala sa experimental intervention. It's 0. One. Okay. Now yung adverse outcome natin is actually the primary outcome. So how many were hospitalized or died, no, at the end of sa dulo, no, sa 28th day, no. Ayan. 29th day, no, yung trial natin. So how many ay nagkaroon ng adverse outcome? Ano yung do sa primary outcome natin? How many yung nagkaroon ng primary outcome natin? 48, di ba? In the experimental intervention, and in the control intervention, how many? 68. 68. Okay. So, sige, tingnan mo. Too many dropout? No, no. So, ibig sabihin, follow-up rate was adequate. Now, let's now look into, no, kung meron ba epekto, no, doon sa ating conclusion, no, ang post-randomization exclusion, no. So, you need to determine now how many were excluded, no, doon sa experimental intervention. Seven, di ba? So, lalagay mo doon sa 0, 7. Okay. So, doon naman sa control intervention, how many were excluded?
18.
18. So place there 18. Okay, ano yung answer? Too many dropouts? No pa rin, di ba? O tingnan natin, combine natin no, yung ating dropout dun sa exclusion. No? So gawin mo 19 ngayon sa controlled intervention.
Sorry po, nag-choppy po ako. Ano po ulit yun?
19. Ayan, sa control. Okay. So what's the conclusion? Too many dropouts? No, di ba? So what we did is actually a sensitivity analysis assuming yung worst case scenario natin tsaka best case scenario, no? So computing no, yung ating worst case scenario and best case scenario, no? So regardless no kung nagkaroon ng mga dropouts o kaya may na-exclude, no? Wala pa rin magiging epekto doon sa ating conclusion. No? So follow-up rate was adequate. Okay? So pwede pa rin comparable yung dalawang grupo natin, no? Okay. Based on this sensitivity analysis. Okay? Yan, it's already 6 o'clock, no? Overtime na mag-overtime na tayo, no? So I'm just going to upload no yung processing for activity number 1, ha? Iko-continue ko na lang discussion dun sa recorded video, no? You can watch that video, no? Next pag nagawa ko na yung video, okay? Ayan. I hope no you appreciated what we did, no. Medyo technical siya, no, kasi you should be familiar no regarding how a randomized controlled trial is being conducted, no. But then we need to appraise kasi articles, no, for us to say no that the result that is being given to us, no, but by that article is actually not biased, no. Okay? Kasi we know no, that bias can over or underestimate the result of our study. Okay? Clear?
Clear po, Doc.
Okay, sige. Good night. Ayusin ko na lang yung yung